His project is leading in difficult situations. And today, he will discuss how the textbook theory played out in a difficult situation that he and, it says here Arlen, but I had to deal with, trying to save our aviation business after 911. Please welcome Charlie with his speech, It's Only Money. Charlie.
Thank you. September 1st, September 11th, 2001, and those twin towers came crashing down. And when they came crashing down, so did our business. And as our business came crashing down, so did our financial security. Fellow Toastmasters, we're going to talk about the theory. How do you recover from that? Now, the theory that comes out and what they tell you in the space of this terrible situation that we fell into, and this certainly was, your first order of business is stay calm and be objective. Well, let me tell you, it's kind of difficult to stay calm and be objective when everything you've worked for decades has just gone out the window. But I had a technique for that, because you have to do something to keep from going crazy over this. And my technique was to think about those people in that twin towers and say, they had a problem. For me, this is only money. And once I could do that, then I could move ahead. And that's what you have to do. So after this disaster that happens to you, what's your next step? You have to make a plan. Now, after you've made that plan, now's the time you have to be decisive and confident in your plan and make the tough decisions. What are those tough decisions? The toughest decision was I had to let some of my employees go. These are people who were good employees. They worked hard. We couldn't keep them anymore. That paycheck was their livelihood. It's how they fed their family and themselves. And if you've never had to do something like this, let me tell you, it is a gut-wrenching experience to have to do that. But we needed to do it. The next part of it is you have to go and be encouraging and supportive to the other folks. You have other folks around you if you're going to salvage this. And all those people who work for you, they are scared. And you have to do something to encourage them to say, the end of the world has not happened yet. We're going to persevere here. Not only the people that work for you, but the people around you, the people that you work with on a business basis, your creditors to be one. And at this point, what you have to do is you have to encourage them and you have to ask for help. If you're not willing to ask for help, you probably won't get it. Now, did we get help? Yes, we did. We got help from the insurance, the president of the insurance company. We got help from the vice president of the bank. We got help from our fuel supplier. And believe this or not, we even got help from the IRS. So people in those particular conditions, they were wanting to help. They were willing to do things for you. And you have to accept that help. But after that, you have to have a plan and you say, what are we going to do? Our business has evaporated. The way we did business will not work anymore. Now, what we had to do is change our whole business model. And that involved all of a sudden Arlen and I going from supervisory roles to being actively involved, because with our experience, we could actually bring in more money individually than anybody else in our company. So it's time for us to, of all things, go to work. And Arlene, now she wrote training curriculums for large airplanes, because this is where the money was still. And she submitted those to insurance companies. And we got on the approved vendor list to give the training to people that just buying those big airplanes or needed recurrent training in those planes. I, on the other hand, had to learn a couple new airplanes and become expert at those airplanes so I could go out and give instruction to those insurance company jobs that were out there. But that's what we did. And before long, now the whole face of our business has changed. And we had people with large airplanes coming to Lexington to learn from us and paying a lot more money than we were getting before. And we had me traveling all over the country giving instruction on these larger airplanes. Yeah, Megan, I even spent 10 days in San Diego training 4 pilots on a particular airplane. And Arlene, on the other hand, she instantly almost became known as an expert in teaching flight instructors. And people were coming from all over the country to learn how to be a flight instructor from her. So what we did, we were flexible, we were resourceful, and we changed the whole face of our business. So if you're going to be successful recovering from that disaster, you have to be willing to change. And we were. Now, it took us 10 years to do it, but we did salvage that business. So let's go back and say, okay, what were those key things that you have to do to recover? 1, to be calm and objective. 2, make decisive decisions, even the ones that are difficult. Be willing to accept and solicit help from other people. And 4, be willing to change and be resourceful. And hopefully, when you encounter that situation that seems almost impossible to you, that difficult situation, you can step back for a moment, assess it, and you can say, nobody's going to die here. It's only money. It's Toastmaster or Miss Toastmaster.